Okay, so great opportunity, guys, to take a virtual test drive in a Dodge Ram. Can I say, this is probably one of the nicest cars I've ever driven, and I say that from the hand on my heart. It is an engineering marvel, to say it at its least, and which I'll demonstrate to you when we get out on the highway. Zero road noise, all that sort of stuff. A couple of standard features. It's got touchscreen audio, which is standard on this model here. This is the standard model, so this is the entry, what they call the Ram 1500 quad cab. So basically this is your one that they've got currently advertised at $79,950. So great bang for the buck, especially if you're vanning, towing, or using it for a big workhorse and towing a work trailer all day, every day. This thing here is amazing. Reverse camera pops up on the screen. It's got directional steering, so you can tell which way you're steering while you're actually reversing. This car has shift on the fly four-wheel drive as well, so it's all really well equipped. Turn button turnstile to obviously get the vehicle into gear. So let's go for a drive and see what this baby can do. So we'll start off with the engine configuration. This car here is sporting a 5.7 litre variable valved Hemi engine. So basically plenty of power and get up and go. It also has a fuel saver mode for when you're out on the highway, so it'll cut down some cylinders, allowing you to basically save a bit of fuel while you're out on the highway. Great for towing. It's got manual shift up here at push button on your fingers, so you can manually shift the gears if you want, which helps obviously with towing when you're going up and down hills. One of the beauties of this is when they brought out the 1500, they just changed the size a bit, you know, so this does fit into a car park. It does fit in nice and clearly into a car park at the shopping centres and whatnot, and is an easy to drive with progressive steering and you know, everything that the car offers. Basically comes standard with everything you need to get on the Grey Nomad highway or get it as your work truck. So basically stock standard is your trailer brake control system, your tow bar is standard, your spray and liner is standard. It has vent shutdowns and opens, so basically your front grille opens the vents to help some air flow through your engine. One of the tricks of this one is 4.5 ton towing capacity. Now, one of the common mistakes people make when they're buying a car for towing is they say, yep, that car can tow 3.5 ton, or yep, that car can tow 3 ton. What the big trick is the gross combined mass. Now, how I explain this to people is basically when you're driving the car with the trailer on the back, it can only, both combined, only meet to their gross combined mass, which is what the Department of Transport Australia-wide actually go by. So this vehicle has a 7,237 gross combined mass. So that means the car itself and its trailer can weigh over 7 ton. Obviously you need braking with the trailer, but you know, we'll demonstrate a bit of the pulling power and I'll show you a bit of the braking power when we get out to a bit of clear roads. Okay, so we're out the back of the port in Townsville here. It's quite busy, stuff going on. So why I come down this road is when I talked about the engineering before. This thing has coil suspension all the way around it, basically. Gives such a comfortable ride. Now this is probably one of the heaviest driven roads by the heaviest vehicles in Australia. So quite bumpy. So I'm not gonna go off the 60, I just wanna go over it. Now, I'm gonna shut up just for a second. You don't hear much, do you? That's the engineering. There's no road noise. We're going over these bumps. You can see me moving. There's no negative feedback through the cabin. It's amazing to drive. It is literally like driving in your lounge chair. That's how nice it is to drive this. I can't get over it. I haven't spent enough time behind the wheel to really take it in until today. So sitting in this now, steering it, driving it, the progressive steering, how it works, the power in the engine, the braking power, the comfort of the springs. It's everything you want in both a touring vehicle, towing vehicle, and also an everyday vehicle that you're going to spend a lot of time in. I know in today's busy day and age, a lot of people spend a lot of time in their car. If I was spending some time in a car, I reckon this is where I'd like to be. So about some of that stuff I talked about, the fuel shutdown. Basically, when you get up to highway speeds, the vehicle senses that you're sat on a consistent rev and it shuts down a couple of cylinders, going into basically a 4-cylinder mode. So it still gives you steady input. When you do put your foot down, it obviously opens up the rest, but just helps you save a bit of fuel. Manually shifting on the gear stick helps you control what gear it's in. I've found in my experience to come one gear down when you're towing something heavy can save a little bit of fuel. This new model, the Express quad cab, basically this one we're driving at the moment, it's the black pack. So comes with the Ram box, the tonneau cover and all that sort of stuff. So it's you know, spray and line is standard. It's so well equipped, I can't say it enough. It comes with everything you need or want. The beauty of the quad cab is you get the extra room in the back of the tray. So rather than being a 5'7" tray for the normal one in the crew cab, it's a 6.4 foot tray. So it means basically I can put my swag in the back and have a lay down. I know it doesn't sound like much, but it's pretty important when you're out and about or four-wheel driving, and once again shift on the fly four-wheel drive. So I'm at 100 zone here. So I guess, you know, let's do what you want to do when you're in a V8 5.7 litre with all the power in the world. Put the foot down up to 100. Holy mackerel, look at that. It gets up and boogies. Now, let's simulate an overtaking. So let's say I need to overtake, a guy's sitting on 90, I'm now down to 90. Okay, let's see how quick we can get around. Car in front. I'm out. I'm around. I'm back in. Now that to me is safety. Being able to overtake out on those highways where things are a bit, you know, tight, a bit hard, especially out the western ways, being able to do it nice and fast and get out and around and get back in is, you know, number one paramount safety on the highway. The ride height's commanding, so you can see great vision in the road. So this does come standard with ABS brakes, dynamic stability control, all those sort of things. It's got brake assist, so brake assist basically means if you stab the brakes fast in a panic situation, most people's automatic reaction when the wheels lock up is to back the brake off, believe it or not. It's human nature. You hear the wheels lock up, you scare yourself, you stab the brake, it locks up, you back off your foot. What brake assist does is it actually holds the brake in that position that you emergently braked. That allows your car to slow down a little bit more, you to wash off some speed, and also for you to then decide whether you need to apply more brakes as your brain works it out. So from here, I'm in the little side street of the truck weighing station where they weigh all the trucks and tractors and all the B doubles. So I'm in the little side street where they've got trucks parked either side. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a U-turn. I'm going to turn around in here. Let's see how good this thing can turn. Keeping in mind, it is a Ram truck. So, you know, let's see if it makes it. There you go. Made it quite easily. So that's great, guys. Excellent turning circle. Makes the turn in 2 lanes. Once again, makes it more convenient for you to drive as your daily driver or easier to park in shopping centres. Turning circle's important. And that comes down to progressive steering and the way they've designed these Ram trucks. So we're out on the highway. I'm not breaking any speed limits. It's a 100-kilometre zone. So what I'm going to do here is, there's no one behind me. I'm going to go from 0 to 100. I want you to count in 3, 2, 1, go. 100. That's pretty good, eh? That's safety. Once again, we pull out. Oh gee, we pulled out too soon. Put your foot down. There you go. You've got the power there to burn. So guys, I'm only going to demonstrate one more thing down the side street. I'll show you how fast this thing pulls up in the case of an emergency or someone pulled out in front of you, just to see the braking power. I'm going to do that at 60 because it's a bit safer basically for me and everyone else. Okay guys, I found a nice quiet street in the back streets. What I'm going to do here is demonstrate the ABS brake system, the dynamic stability control, and how all that functions and works when you're emergently braking. So this is something that's a safety feature that we all take for granted. So what I want you to listen for is I want you to hear the ABS brakes activate. I'm only going to go 0 to 60, so it's nice and safe. I'm not breaking any speed limits or anything like that. And as soon as I hit the 60, I'm going to jump on the brakes as hard as I can, just to show you what it feels like to emergently brake and how fast this thing stops. I've got James outside, he's going to film it, and we're going to see the stopping time and how it works out. So hold on to your seats, we're going to do some fast braking. So you could hear the ABS brake system activate, you could hear the dynamic stability control applying the brake to this front wheel because it was starting to slide out with the camber of the road. So yeah, that's a bit of a feature that we don't get to demonstrate very often, so I'm glad I could show you guys. So that wraps up our virtual test drive. I hope you enjoyed the experience.